Today for episode 9 of How to Build the Abandoned Minigames lobby, we'll be finally finishing work on not only the classic lobby, but also the now abandoned lobby entirely. This will finally allow us to start working on building the 2017 Glide Minigames lobby that I know so many of you have been waiting for me to do. So without further delay, let's finish the abandoned lobby. Now for this tutorial, I will only be able to give you sadly a rough material list. This is just due to the sheer quantity of resources that will be needed to finally finish the abandoned lobby. You will be needing multiple stacks of filler blocks such as stone, dirt, or cobblestone if you intend to fully fill up the dead space behind the classic lobby. Additionally, you'll need cobwebs, torches, and other random little materials, so do be aware of that. So to get started, we are first going to fill the gaps between the library and the broken building. This is something that I can't really verbally explain, so hopefully from just watching me place the blocks, it'll be easy enough to follow along. So now that we have filled the gaps between the broken building and the library, we're going to start working on filling the gaps on the right side of the lobby. To get started with this, we're going to first start by adding in the walls around the outside of the lobby. To do this, we'll start on the back of the right side of the lobby. Then coming behind the wall, we'll place 2 layers of 11 cobblestone. Then for the next layer, we'll place 2 stone, 1 dirt, 6 stone, 1 dirt, and finally 1 cobblestone. After that, we'll place 2 dirt, then 1 space, then 1 dirt block, then 3 stone, then finally 2 more dirt, and then 1 space and 1 stone. For the next layer, we'll place 1 stone block, then nothing for the first 4 blocks, then 1 dirt block, then 2 stone, and 1 more dirt, then we'll skip 2 blocks and place in our 6 dirt. Now for the remaining blocks on this side, I'll just be placing a mix between stone, dirt, and some cobblestone against the concrete, so hopefully you'll be able to easily follow along. If you've done this side correctly thus far, it should look just like this. Now before we move on to filling the gaps on the left side of the lobby, we'll first need to do a small section of the roof on this side. To do this, we'll come to the top of the right gap area and building out 1 block, place 1 dirt, then 5 stone. After that, for the next row, we'll place 2 dirt, then 4 stone and 1 dirt. Then on the third row we'll place 1 dirt, 2 stone, 1 dirt again, and then 1 stone, and finally 1 more dirt. Then for the fourth and fifth rows we'll place 1 stone, 2 dirt, and then 2 stone. And finally for the sixth row we'll place 1 stone and then 2 dirt. Now if you've done everything correctly thus far, it should look just like this. So now that we've filled the gaps on the right side of the lobby, we can start working on the left side. To start, you'll need to go behind the left gateway wall, the same area we actually built the redstone for the pistons of the nether area. Once you're back there, you're going to want to place 3 layers of 7 stone. Then 1 layer of 8 stone, then skip a block and place another stone. After that we'll place 2 layers of 10 cobblestone. Now from here, I'll place some more cobblestone around the gateway itself, which is a little hard to verbally explain, so hopefully from just watching you'll be able to follow along. After we've placed our cobblestone, we can start placing the rest of the walls and a little bit of the roofing. Now like before, this is rather hard to verbally explain, and as a bit of an FYI, if it wasn't already abundantly obvious, this is going to be something that you're going to hear throughout this entire episode. But regardless of this being hard to verbally explain, hopefully from just watching me place the blocks in slowly, you can follow along. If you've done everything correctly, it should look just like this. Now to finish filling the gaps on the left side, we'll lastly come over to this area here and break through to behind the wall. Then we'll place 4 rows of 3 cobblestone, and then we'll place 2 cobblestone. Now from here, I'll just be placing in stone layer by layer as slow as I can, so hopefully you can follow along as I'll not be able to verbally explain exactly what I'm doing. Now so far the lobby should be looking just like this, and although it may be very tempting to want to just fill up the entire roof with one flat layer of stone, sadly that's not how we'll be doing the roof. Instead we'll be going row by row, layer by layer until we are done, but before that we'll need to build the pipe that goes down from the new lobby to the abandoned lobby. So to do this we're going to begin by first breaking these two front logs on the sort of building, and then we're going to be placing blocks row by row. Now as a note, I will be telling you which blocks to place row by row, so be sure to listen very carefully. Starting on the right side towards a broken building, we'll place one stone brick, 3 stone, 1 stone brick, 2 stone, and finally 6 stone bricks. Now moving on to the second row, we'll place 2 stone bricks, 1 stone brick, 2 stone, 2 stone bricks, 1 stone, and finally 5 stone bricks. Moving on to the third row, we'll place 1 stone brick, 2 stone, 1 stone brick, 2 stone again, 1 stone brick, 1 stone, and finally 6 stone bricks. Moving on to the fourth row, we'll place 2 stone, 1 stone brick, 2 stone, 1 stone brick, 2 stone, and finally 6 stone bricks. Now we'll start working on this side, and again starting on the right we'll first place 4 stone, 1 stone brick, 4 stone, and finally 5 stone bricks. For the second row on this side, we'll place 1 stone, 2 stone bricks, 2 stone, 1 stone brick, 1 stone, 1 stone brick, 1 stone, and finally 5 stone bricks. Moving on to the third row, we'll place 1 stone brick, 1 stone, 1 stone brick, 2 stone, 1 stone brick, 2 stone, and finally 6 stone bricks. Now starting on the fourth row, we'll place 1 stone brick, 2 stone, 1 stone brick, 2 stone, 2 stone bricks, 1 stone, and finally 5 stone bricks. And to finish the side off, we'll place 3 stone, 1 stone brick, 1 stone, 1 stone brick, 1 stone, 1 stone brick again, 1 stone, and finally 5 stone bricks. Now getting towards the end of finishing the pipe itself, working on the left side, we'll first place 1 stone, 2 stone bricks, 2 stone, 1 stone brick, 3 stone, and finally 5 stone bricks. For the second row of the left side, we'll first place 2 stone, 1 stone brick, 3 stone, 1 stone brick, 1 stone, and finally 6 stone bricks. Moving on to the third row, we'll place 4 stone, 1 stone brick, 2 stone, and finally 7 stone bricks. And to finish this side off entirely, we'll lastly place 1 stone brick, 2 stone, 3 stone bricks, 2 stone, and finally 6 stone bricks. So if you've done everything correctly thus far, this is how the pipe should look. From here, we can now start working on the roof for the lobby. However, as a note, before we get started with this, the roof itself is an incredibly big challenge to verbally explain, but what I've done is I've written what blocks I'm placing block by block, and I'm going to try my best to do each row as slow as possible. So similar to the pipe situation, what we just done, you're going to want to listen to exactly which blocks I'm placing in which order, and also watch what I'm placing in the video itself. If it is easier for you, I'd highly recommend turning down the playback speed at this section of the video if you haven't already, because it'll make it much easier to follow along. So starting on the left side, we'll first place 2 dirt, then 2 stone, going from the left to the right. Next we'll place 1 stone, 1 dirt, and then 3 stone. Now for the third row, we'll place 1 stone, 2 dirt, then skip 2 blocks, and on the third place 1 stone. For the fourth and fifth rows, we'll just be placing 2 stone each time. For the sixth row, we'll place 1 stone. For the 7th row, we'll place 2 stone, 1 dirt, and finally 3 stone. For the 8th row, we'll place 3 dirt and 1 stone. For the 9th and 10th rows, we'll place 1 stone, then 1 dirt. For the 11th row, we'll place 3 stone. For the 12th row, we'll place 1 stone, 2 dirt, and then 1 stone. For the 13th row, we'll place 2 stone and then 1 dirt. For the 14th row, we'll place just 3 stone. For the 15th row, we'll place just 2 dirt. For the 16th row, we'll place 1 stone, then 1 dirt. For the 17th row, we'll place 2 stone. For the 18th row, we'll place 1 stone brick. For the 19th row, we'll place 1 stone, then 2 stone bricks. For the 20th row, we'll place 1 stone, then 1 dirt. For the 21st row, we'll place 1 stone. For the 22nd row, we'll place 1 stone, 1 dirt, then 1 stone. For the 23rd row, we'll place 1 stone, 1 dirt, 1 stone, and then 1 dirt. For the 24th row, we'll place 3 stone, then 1 dirt. For the 25th row, we'll place 2 stone, and then 2 dirt. For the 26th row, we'll place 5 stone. For the 27th row, we'll place 1 stone, 1 dirt, 1 stone, and then 1 dirt. For the 28th row, we'll place 2 stone, and then 1 dirt. For the 29th row, we'll place 5 stone. For the 30th row, we'll place 1 stone, then 2 dirt blocks, and then 3 stone. For the 31st row, we'll place 2 stone, 2 dirt, 1 stone, and finally 1 dirt. For the 32nd row, we'll place 2 stone, 2 dirt, and finally 3 stone. For the 33rd row, we'll place 1 dirt, 1 stone, 1 dirt, 2 stone, 1 dirt, and then 2 stone. For the 34th row, we'll place 3 stone, 1 dirt, 4 stone, 2 dirt, then 4 stone again, and finally 1 dirt. And for the 35th and final row of this side of the roof, we'll place 8 stone, 1 dirt, and finally 4 stone. If you've done everything correctly thus far, it should be looking just like this. So now that we've done the left side of the roof, we can start working on the right side of the lobby roof. To begin, we are going to first go to the roof of the broken building and break these oak stairs and place 3 dirt. Then we'll break these logs and cobblestone walls. After that, we'll come down to the front of the broken building, and once we are there, we're going to just adjust the outside of the building. Now, this isn't hard to do, but it is a challenge to verbally explain, so hopefully from just watching me, you'll be able to easily follow along. If you've done everything correctly thus far, it should be looking just like this. So now that we've done that, we can actually start working on placing the right side of the roof, but this time I'll be working from the right to the left as opposed from the left to the right. However, once again, we will be going row by row, and I will be telling you guys which blocks to place in which order, so be sure to follow along. So for the first row, we'll place 2 dirt, then 1 stone. For the second row, we'll place 1 stone, 2 dirt, and then 2 more stone. For the third row, we'll place 2 dirt, then 3 stone. For the fourth row, we'll place 2 stone, then 2 dirt. For the fifth row, we'll place 2 stone. For the sixth row, we'll place 3 dirt, then 2 stone. For the seventh row, we'll place 3 dirt, and then 3 stone. For the eighth row, we'll place 1 dirt, then 4 stone. For the ninth row, we'll place 1 dirt, then miss a block, and then place 2 stone. For the 10th row, we'll be placing 1 dirt, then 2 stone. For the 11th and 12th rows, we'll be placing just 2 stone. For the 13th, 14th, and 15th rows, we'll be placing 2 stone each time. For the 16th and 17th rows, we'll be placing 3 stone, and as you can see, I did have to break 2 oak stairs, so be sure to do that if you need to as well. For the 18th row, we'll be placing 8 stone. For the 19th row, we'll be placing 3 stone, 3 dirt, and then 1 stone. For the 20th row, we'll be placing 1 dirt, 1 stone, 1 dirt, 1 stone, 1 dirt again, and finally 1 stone. For the 21st row, we'll be placing 1 stone, 2 dirt, and then 1 stone. For the 22nd row, we'll be placing 1 stone, and then 2 dirt. For the 23rd row, we'll just be placing 2 stone. For the 24th row, we'll just be placing 3 stone. For the 25th row, we'll just be placing 7 stone. For the 26th row, we'll place 10 stone, then skip 2 blocks, and then place 2 more stone. For the 27th row, we'll place 8 stone, 2 dirt, and then 2 stone. For the 28th row, we'll place 14 stone. For the 29th row, we'll place 15 stone. For the 30th row, we'll place 17 stone. For the 31st row, we'll place 21 stone. For the 32nd row, we'll place 14 stone, then 1 dirt, then another 6 stone. For the 33rd row, we'll place 5 stone. For the 34th row, we'll place 1 dirt, then 3 stone. For the 35th row, I'll place just 2 stone. Now, if you've done everything correctly, it should be looking just like this. So to finish the first layer of the roof, we'll lastly start working on the roof above the gateway. To do this, we'll start on the middle row above the dropper. We'll first destroy the tip of the gateway itself, which is essentially everything above the dropper. Then building from the dropper out towards the sword tower, we'll first start by placing 1 stone, then 2 dirt. Next, working on the right side, we'll place 1 dirt, then 2 stone. For the second row, we'll place 4 dirt, then 1 stone. For the third row, we'll place 2 stone, 2 dirt, and then 2 stone. For the fourth row, we'll place 1 dirt, 1 stone, and then 1 dirt. For the fifth row, we'll place 1 dirt, then 1 stone. Now we'll swap to the left side. First, we'll place 1 stone, then 1 dirt. Then for the second row, we'll place 2 stone. For the third row, we'll place 2 stone again. For the fourth and fifth rows, we'll just be placing 1 stone each time. So if you did everything correctly, the roof should be looking just like this. Now next, we're going to be working on the second layer of the roof, but be aware it's going to be more of the same of what we just did. Before we do though, if you want, you can now fill in the roof with stone. To clarify, we'll be placing stone not in the middle of the lobby itself, but on the outskirts behind the layers that we just built. Now as a note, you can fill up all the empty space behind the abandoned lobby itself, like the buildings such as the sword building, the broken building, or the abandoned library. And you can fill these spaces up behind the buildings with any blocks that you want, or you can just be like me and just cover up the top of the area itself, and obviously preferably add some lighting underneath. So now let's get to work on the second layer of the lobby roof. To do this time we're going to be working on the left side, going from the left to the right. So for the first layer, we'll place 2 dirt, then 2 stone. For the second layer, we'll place 1 stone, 3 dirt, then 2 stone. For the third layer, we'll place 2 stone, 1 dirt, then 2 more stone. For the fourth layer, we'll place 2 stone, 1 dirt, 1 stone, then 1 dirt. For the fifth row, we'll place 1 stone, 1 dirt, and then 1 stone. For the sixth row, we'll place 2 stone, then 2 dirt. For the seventh row, we'll place 1 dirt, 1 stone, 3 dirt, and then 1 stone. For the eighth row, we'll place 3 stone, then 2 dirt. For the 9th row, we'll just place 1 stone. For the 10th row, we'll just place 2 stone. For the 11th and 12th rows, we'll just be placing 2 stone. For the 13th row, we'll just place 3 stone. For the 14th and 15th rows, we'll just be placing 2 stone. For the 16th row, we'll just be placing 1 stone. For the 17th row, we'll place 1 stone brick. For the 18th and 19th rows, we'll just be placing 4 dirt. For the 20th row, we'll place 3 dirt. For the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd rows, we'll just be placing 2 dirt. For the 24th row, we'll be placing 1 dirt. For the 25th row, we'll be placing 4 dirt. For the 26th row, we'll be placing 5 dirt. For the 27th row, we'll be placing 6 dirt. For the 28th row, we'll be placing 5 dirt. For the 29th row, we'll be placing 4 dirt. For the 30th row, we'll be placing 2 dirt, and then finally for the 31st row and the final row, we'll just be placing 1 dirt. If you've done everything correctly, it should be looking just like this. Now moving on to the right side of the roof, we're going to start by first placing just 1 stone. Then for the second and third row, we'll be placing 2 dirt, then 1 stone. For the fourth row, we'll place 3 stone. For the fifth row, we'll place 1 dirt, then 1 stone. For the 6th row, we'll place 1 stone, then 2 dirt. For the 7th and 8th row, we'll just be placing 2 dirt. For the 9th row, we'll be placing 1 dirt, then 1 stone. For the 10th row, we'll just be placing 1 stone. For the 11th, 12th, and 13th rows, we'll be placing 1 stone. For the 14th row, we'll be placing 2 stone. For the 15th and 16th rows, we'll be placing 1 stone. For the 17th row, we'll be placing 2 stone. For the 18th row, we'll be placing 1 stone, 1 dirt, and then 1 stone. For the 19th row, we'll place 3 stone, 2 dirt, and then 1 stone. For the 20th row, we'll place 1 dirt, 1 stone, 1 dirt, and then 2 stone. For the 21st row, we'll place 1 dirt, 3 stone, and then 2 dirt. For the 22nd row, we'll place 1 stone, 2 dirt, 1 stone, and then 2 dirt. For the 23rd row, we'll place 6 stone, 1 dirt, and then 2 stone. For the 24th and final row, we'll just be placing 2 dirt. Now this is what the roof should be looking like if you've done everything correctly thus far. So moving on to the roof above the gateway, we'll first start by placing 2 stone coming out towards the fountain in the middle. To clarify, this will be in line with the dropper. Now, moving to the right, we'll place 2 stone. Then for the 2nd row, we'll place 2 stone again. Then for the 3rd row, we'll place 3 stone. And for the 4th row, we'll place 1 stone. And now we can move on to the left side. So going to the left side, we'll first start by placing 1 dirt and then 1 stone. Then for the 2nd row, we'll place 1 dirt and then 1 stone again. For the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th rows, we'll just be placing 2 stone. For the 7th row, we'll place 1 dirt and then 1 stone. For the 8th row, we'll place 2 stone. For the 9th and 10th rows, we'll place 1 stone. For the 11th row, we'll place 2 dirt, then 1 stone. For the 12th row, we'll place 1 stone, then 2 dirt. For the 13th and final row, we'll just be placing 2 stone. Now, as a little note as well, make sure not to cover this hole up as it's supposed to be uncovered, but if you've done everything correctly, the roof should be looking just like this. So now, before we move on to the 3rd layer of the roof, we'll first need to start building the middle area of the roof. To do this, we'll come to the fountain and go to the side closest to the broken building. Then, a few blocks away from the center, we'll build up 12 blocks, and on the 12th, place 1 stone. Then from here, we'll place 1 stone above that, and then 1 stone coming out towards the middle of the fountain. After that, we'll add 1 stone above each stone that we just placed, and then we'll add another stone block coming out towards the side closest to the broken building. Then 1 coming out towards the gateway, then another 1 coming out towards the middle of the fountain, and finally another 1 coming out towards the sword building. I know this will probably be a little bit hard to follow along with, but hopefully for me just building slow enough you'll be able to follow along. Now from here, the next layer of the middle section of the roof is incredibly hard to verbally explain, so you'll just need to watch what I do when it comes to placing in the blocks. For this section of the tutorial, I did make a conscious effort to take my time and place blocks not only as slow as possible, but also as carefully as possible, so hopefully you have no problem following along. If you've done everything correctly, it should be looking just like this. Now I'll show both the front then the back side so you can make sure everything is looking correct. So now that we finished the 2nd layer of the lobby roof, we can start on the 3rd. Now thankfully, with each layer that we complete for the roof, it gets easier and quicker to complete the next. But starting on the left side, before we start placing the rows in, we'll first need to place these 2 stone here. Then once we've done that, we can start doing all the rows on the left side. So for the first row, we'll just be placing 1 stone. Then for the 2nd row, we'll be placing 1 dirt. For the 3rd row, we'll be placing 2 stone, 1 dirt, then 1 more stone. For the 4th row, we'll place 1 dirt, 1 stone, then skip a block, then place 2 stone. For the 5th row, we'll place 1 dirt, then skip 4 blocks, and on the 5th, place 1 stone. For the 6th row, we'll place 2 stone, then skip 3 blocks, and on the 4th, place 2 stone, 1 dirt, then 1 more stone. For the 7th row we'll place 3 stone, skip 4 blocks, then on the 5th place 2 stone, then 3 dirt, and then 1 more stone. For the 8th row we'll place 1 stone, then skip 7 blocks, and then on the 8th we're going to place 3 dirt. For the 9th row we'll place 1 stone, then skip 7 blocks, and then on the 8th we're going to place 1 stone, 4 dirt, then 1 stone. For the 10th row we'll place 1 stone, then we're going to skip 6 blocks, and on the 7th we're going to place 2 stone, 1 dirt, 1 stone, 1 dirt, 1 stone, 1 dirt again, then we're going to skip 1 block, and then on the 2nd place 1 stone. For the 11th row we'll place 2 stone, then we're going to skip 5 blocks, and on the 6th we're going to place another 2 stone, then 2 dirt, 4 stone, 2 dirt, then 1 stone. For the 12th row we'll skip 1 block, then place 1 stone, then skip 7 blocks, and on the 8th place 3 stone, skip 1 block again, and then place another 7 stone. For the 13th row we'll place 2 stone, skip 8 blocks, and on the 9th place 10 stone. For the 14th row we'll place 3 stone, 1 dirt, then skip 7 blocks, and on the 8th place 2 stone, skip a block again, and then place 3 stone, skip a block again, and then place another 3 stone. For the 15th row, we're going to begin by just placing 1 andesite, 1 stone brick, then 3 dirt, and then we're going to skip 6 blocks, and on the 7th, we're going to place 1 stone, then we're going to skip once again 2 blocks, and then place 2 stone, then skip 2 blocks again, and on the 3rd, place 2 stone. For the 16th row we'll place 1 oak log, then 1 stone brick, 1 cobblestone, skip 9 blocks, and for the 10th place 1 stone, then skip 3 blocks again, and on the 4th place 2 stone. For the 17th row we'll place 1 cobblestone, skip 9 blocks, and on the 10th place 3 stone, then skip 1 block, and then place 3 stone. For the 18th row we'll place 1 oak log, then skip 4 blocks, and on the 5th place 2 stone blocks, then skip another 2 blocks, and on the 3rd place 7 stone. For the 19th row we'll place 1 cobblestone, skip 3 blocks, and on the 4th place 3 stone, 2 dirt, and then 6 stone. For the 20th row we'll place 1 stone brick, skip 3 blocks, and on the 4th place 1 dirt, 2 stone, 1 dirt, then 7 stone. For the 21st row we'll place 1 cobblestone, skip 2 blocks, then place 2 stone, 2 dirt, then 9 stone. For the 22nd row we'll place 1 stone brick, 3 stone, 2 dirt, 3 stone, 1 dirt, 4 stone, 1 dirt, 3 stone, 3 dirt, and 1 stone. For the 23rd row we'll place 3 dirt, then 3 stone, 1 dirt, 7 stone, 2 dirt, then 2 stone. For the 24th row we'll want to go underneath the roof and place a couple stone, then 1 dirt. And now this will be to actually finish the roof on the side essentially, and it's also as well to fix a mistake that I forgot to actually fix earlier on in the video, so yeah. We'll also want to head back up to the roof and skip across to the other side and place 4 stone, 1 dirt, then 2 stone. And finally for the 25th row we're just going to be placing 4 stone and then 1 dirt. We'll also really quickly want to add in these couple of stone blocks and that'll be us done. Now if you've done everything correctly it should look just like this. Also I noticed this cobblestone block was in the wrong place, so be sure to break this by the way. So now let's start working on the right side. To begin, we'll first want to place these 3 blocks. Then for the first row we'll place 1 stone. For the second row we'll place 2 stone. For the third row we'll place 2 dirt, then 1 stone. For the fourth row we'll place 2 dirt, then 2 stone. For the 5th and 6th rows we'll just be placing 2 stone. For the 7th and 8th rows we'll just be placing 1 dirt. For the 9th row we'll be placing 1 stone, then 1 dirt. For the 10th and 11th rows we'll be placing 2 stone. For the 12th row we'll be placing 1 stone, then 1 dirt. For the 13th, 14th, 15th and 16th rows we'll be placing just 1 stone. For the 17th row we'll be placing 2 stone. For the 18th row we'll be placing 1 stone, then skipping a block and placing another stone. For the 19th row we'll just be placing 2 dirt, then 3 stone. For the 20th row we'll be placing 2 dirt, 2 stone, 1 dirt, then 1 stone. And then finally for the 21st and final row we'll be placing 1 dirt, 3 stone, 2 dirt, then 1 stone. If you've done everything correctly, it should be looking just like this. So moving on to the 4th layer of the roof, this time we'll be starting at the gateway side and working backwards towards the sword building. We'll also be working from the right side of the lobby, of course facing the gateway, to the left side. So make sure that you're aware of that or it may kind of confuse you. So for the first row we'll be placing 1 stone, 1 dirt, then skip to the other side and place another stone block. For the second row we'll place 1 stone, 2 dirt, then on the other side 3 stone. For the third row we'll place 2 stone, then 1 dirt, then on the other side 4 stone. For the fourth row we'll place 1 dirt, 2 stone, 1 dirt, then 1 stone, 1 dirt, then on the other side we'll place 3 stone and another 1 stone. For the 5th row we'll place 2 dirt, 1 stone, 2 dirt, then 15 stone. For the 6th row we'll place 3 dirt, 2 stone, then skip 3 blocks, then 3 more stone, then skip 3 more blocks again and place 7 stone. For the 7th row we'll place 1 dirt, 1 stone, skip 3 blocks, and on the 4th place 7 stone, then skip 1 block and place 7 stone. For the 8th row we'll place 2 stone, skip 4 blocks, and on the 5th place 7 stone, skip 1 block after that, and then place another 7 stone. For the 9th row we'll place 2 stone, skip 4 blocks, and on the 5th place 15 stone. For the 10th row we'll place 2 stone, skip 3 blocks, and on the 4th place 15 stone. For the 11th row we'll place 1 stone, skip 3 blocks, and on the 4th place 9 stone, 1 dirt, then 5 stone. For the 12th row we'll place 2 stone, then skip 4 blocks, and on the 5th place 7 stone, then skip a block, then place 5 stone. For the 13th row we'll place 3 stone, skip 3 blocks, and on the 4th place 7 stone, then skip a block, then place 4 more stone. For the 14th row we'll place 2 stone, then skip 5 blocks, and then place 3 stone, then skip 3 blocks, and on the 4th place 2 stone, then 2 dirt. For the 15th row we'll just be placing 15 stone. For the 16th row we'll place 1 dirt, then 10 stone. For the 17th row we'll place 2 dirt, then 8 stone. For the 18th row we'll place 1 dirt, then 4 stone. For the 19th row we'll place 4 stone. For the 20th row we'll place 1 stone, then skip a block and place another stone. Once we've done that we can just add these last couple remaining blocks on both sides near the pipe, and that'll be us done for this layer of the roof. If you've done everything correctly, it should be looking just like this. So to finish the roof, we'll just need to take our stone and lastly place them in the last remaining areas. To start, we'll place 2 stone, then we'll be placing 3 stone, then 4 stone, then 3 stone twice, then another 3 stone, and finally 2 sets of 2 stone. Once we've done that, we can also go ahead and fix 2 little mistakes I made around the area that you actually fall down from. Unfortunately, it's not very easy to explain this part, but hopefully from just watching me, you'll be able to easily follow along. If you've done everything correctly though, the roof should be looking just like this. So now we can finally add the last details and finally fully be finished with building the lobby. To begin, we'll first finish the pipe. To do this, we'll first need to build the roof for the pipe, which is easy to do, but sadly it's not easy to verbally explain. So hopefully from just watching me, you'll be able to easily follow along. Now that we've done that, we'll just need to add 5 rows of blocks. So what I'll be doing is starting on the left side and building up and telling you what blocks to place. For the first row, we'll place 3 stone, 4 stone bricks, 1 grass block. For the second row, we'll place 2 stone, 5 stone bricks, and then 1 dirt path. For the third row, we'll place 1 stone brick, 1 stone, 4 stone bricks, and finally 1 dirt path. For the third row, we'll place 1 stone brick, 1 stone, 5 stone bricks, and then 1 dirt path. For the fifth row, we'll place 2 stone, 5 stone bricks, and 1 grass block. And that's the pipe done. Now we'll go back inside the abandoned lobby and place 3 torches specifically in the gaps we filled earlier in the tutorial. And lastly, we'll be adding in the cobwebs around the lobby. Now for this part, sadly, I just cannot verbally explain where I'm going to be placing in the cobwebs. So instead, I'm just going to be showing you guys me slowly going around the entire of the lobby, placing in the webs bit by bit. As a note, as you'll probably be seeing, I'm doing this in creative as flying around placing the webs makes life so much easier, so hopefully you guys don't mind that. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of not only this tutorial, but also this series. I want to take a minute to say thank you to everyone who's watched all 9 episodes of this series, and presumably all 29 of my previous series covering how to build this lobby. Getting to this point has almost been a 3-year-long journey, and I know that many of you who have watched this series, and of course also my last series, have since the beginning been mainly waiting for me to continue building the new 2017 minigames lobby. So to those of you who have patiently been waiting, I just wanted to say thank you, and to those of you that have watched both this series and the last one covering how to build a classic lobby, thank you as well. I want to announce that before I end this video, the week after this episode airs, I should be releasing the first episode covering how to build the new minigames lobby. And if you've watched both this series and the classic series, I promise you it will be worth the wait. But with that all being said, that is the end of this tutorial. I want to say thank you once again for watching. If you did go to enjoy this tutorial and this series, please share it with your friends, drop a like, and if you have any issues or questions, leave a comment down below. Also, I'm sure it goes without saying, but please be sure to subscribe and turn the notification bell to stay notified for when I release the first episode of the next series. And other than that, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next series. Thanks for watching, everybody, and see you later on.